it's naturally to get really depressed if you had a bad life. And yeah, what would your life be but what happened in your life? Like, life is what you make of it is the biggest lie. In the Bible, also, of course, that's not in the Bible. Given it shall be given unto you is a huge lie. I really think there's major generational curses on my family. I can honestly say there's no one in my family that's happy. That's sad in itself. I mean, so I disagreed with a lady, a YouTuber, Anna Brown. So in my opinion, she's a very bright, happy, young lady. In my opinion, she looks happy all the time. She unfortunately would just disappear. I mean, there's not that many nice people in this world. It's just a crying shame. And guess what? Jesus was not popular. So anyone you know right away, the TV evangelists are not Jesus people. Why? They're popular. Wow, that's a dead giveaway right there. I mean, if they're even still on. So it's so easy to, in my opinion, for a person to be extremely depressed if they had traumatized life. Now, I have Jesus' blood to take away all of the hell that I had. But usually I think it would be a given that a poor victim, all they have is their insane abuser around them. And that's usually supposed to be the victim's caretaker. So they don't have a way out, do they? I mean, they're just lied about. Their caretaker certainly doesn't take care of them. Ha ha ha. That's not even funny. This world is backwards and opposite, and everything is wrong. So, insane abusers make sure that their victim has nothing. Like Pretend-A-Lot Narcissist at the end of 2020, he made sure that I had nothing. He gets me out of my husband's red Caravan that was parked outside for 2 months. He makes me come up with him. He almost dented my husband's red Caravan how many times, waking me up and forcing me to go with him. A victim's life is awful. And then what does he do? He takes my money right away. He knows where I keep my money in my coat. Good. He probably got me from the car and thought, good, she has the red coat on. Good. That's where, good. I'll have that money. That's great. And I pass out on his floor, and he takes it right away. And then he innocently pretends to be sleeping in his bedroom area that smells like piss. Because he has all these piss jars. And, you go in his bedroom area, you're going to vomit. He's gross, white trash, all the way. And I screamed bloody murder. So that's when he grabbed me, threw me down on the kitchen floor, and was suffocating me to death. And I would have died within 3 minutes if I didn't fight. If I didn't do my best to fight. Stand up. Call Kathleen Lewinsky. He just stole my $800. My only freedom to get the hell away from this freak. I can't, I'm not, he's worse than my husband. Saying that I rape Alex all the time and I'm the worst wife and I'm the worst everything. I'm so ungrateful. I said, I don't know, maybe I'll just die tonight. He goes into his bedroom area, gets the 4 $100 bills, not the 4 120s, because they're easy to spend. No one, you go in a restaurant, give them 100, they're like, we don't accept that. Go to your bank, get change. No, we don't accept even 50s. Just, no, we don't have the change for you. I mean, what do they expect? I mean, if they had a good day, maybe, maybe at the end, maybe they'd have change for, it all depends if they have change for 50. Okay. So, pretend a lot narcissist goes in his room, gets that envelope. Then he pretends to find it underneath his sink area. And I'm crying to Kathy on the phone. He just stole my $800. He said, look, look at what I found. This is yours. I found that. No, you didn't find it. It was in my coat pocket that you stole out of. A fucking liar. And, yeah, well, back to my red Caravan. It's such a boring story. I say it like, but it did happen, right? And he's in complete, total denial. So, he can never ever be helped, but I have to love him. And I don't even know why people say the best versions of themselves. Like, he's nothing. There is no versions of him because he's just a liar, okay? So, he, I went down to my red Caravan and, my husband's, and he packaged every single thing up, except for a few items. He packaged all my clothes up, all my papers, my food stamp, and my $400 in 20s. So I couldn't go, I had to rely on him for like the last month. Before my husband got out of jail, it was like going towards my husband getting out of jail, and he doesn't have total access to me anymore. He has to steal my money. He has to go down to my husband's red Caravan. These are his thoughts in his mind. I have no control over her. My favorite victim, I have no control over her. What am I going to do? So he had to go down and be the worst version of himself. Grab me almost dented my husband's red Caravan, banging on it so hard to wake me up, screaming my name. Nobody does anything about white trash and domestic violence. He's extremely domestic violent to me. So, I go back to the red Caravan. At least I had $400. I didn't know he was going to bag everything up, especially my food stamp card, my vitamins. So then I had to buy more vitamins. What an asshole. So I had to rely on him. He wanted me to rely on him 100%. I was his life force. Draining me to death, making me want to die every day. I'm his life force. What am I going to do? I can't drain from her anymore. What am I going to do? So, yeah, I deliberately put all of theirs, about 8 trash bags in his vehicle. Not in my husband's red Caravan that's right beside his. So that was deliberate. He was my insane abuser at that time. Who would do that but an insane abuser? Oh, well, I need total control. I lost the control. The only thing I can do is steal her money. Well, at least I got her $800. It was approximately $800 in food stamps, somewhere around there. I have to steal that food stamp card, and I have to steal her money. Well, at least I could put the $400 from the money in the 20s and the food stamp card in my car. That was calculated that he did that. And he stole my husband's paper out of his Fulton Bank folder, and it was his account number and his routing number. And I didn't know if he could do anything with that or not. And the Lancaster police just laughed and said, no, you're fine, but you can go to the bank, you can do whatever you want, sweetheart, basically. And I told them about my situation with pretend a lot narcissists, and they just laughed. They just laughed. You know, like, thank you for coming in. Because I knew right away, I said, you can't do anything about this domestic violence situation. They can't. I'm living in his house. So it's his rules. He was allowed to abuse me to death because I have no resources. Now, if I had a lawyer, I could have snuckily, took pictures or, then I had to have some type of evidence. I don't have any evidence. I would have needed a witness. There was never a witness. It's just me and him behind his torture chamber. There's no witnesses. Just because somebody hears somebody screaming next door, how do they know who it is? Oh, that was her. That was her. 95% of the time, that was her screaming. I had to keep her calm. She's crazy. She's screaming all the time at me. That was her screaming. Just awful. The way this world is run. And bullies, like pretend a lot narcissists, rule. And they never ever should. And it's just wrong. So, alright. The only thing that worked for me is begging God's blood. And claiming God's blood to take away all the hell that I was tormented with. And replace that with the peace that passes all understanding. Because there is power, wonder-working power in the blood of Jesus. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of Jesus. There is power, wonder-working power in the blood of Jesus. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of Jesus.